This is Andrea, and today I'm making fried corned beef and cabbage. This recipe is so simple and so tasty and just calls for a few simple ingredients. So you are going to need half a pound of corned beef. You're going to need a small head of cabbage. This is probably a little over 2 pounds. Salt and pepper to taste or whatever seasonings you prefer. And then you're also going to need some bacon fat. Now this is a jar that I just keep bacon fat in and I keep it in the fridge. So I'm going to be using bacon fat, but if you don't have bacon fat, any type of vegetable oil will work just fine. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I've already washed my cabbage and I'm going to start prepping it. And this is how I always cut my cabbage for fried cabbage. So I just cut that end off and I set it to the side. And then I like to cut my cabbage in quarters. So I just cut around that core right there on all 4 sides. And once you have all 4 sides off, you see you've got the core right here. And so you're going to cut as far up as you can without getting to that core. So that's about halfway, and as you can see, I haven't reached the core yet, and you just cut again until you reach that core. And once you see that core, you want to stop. And here is the core, so I'm stopping. Okay, so now you just take one of your wedges out, and you can cut this any way you'd like. I'm just going to cut it just like this. So I cut it long ways, and then I just go back and I cut it in thirds or in half, just like that. And just do the same thing with the rest of the wedges. Okay, so now that my cabbage is cut up, I'm gonna start slicing up my corned beef. And if you're not familiar with corned beef is brisket that's been cured. You're just gonna cut it in slices, cut it whatever size you'd prefer. And of course, I'm using half a pound, but if you want to use more, go for it. Okay, so I have 1/3 cup of bacon fat heated up in my skillet. Now I'm just adding that corned beef in, and I'm going to let it get nice and golden brown. Okay, so that corned beef is nice and golden brown. I guess that took about 5 minutes or so. Now I'm just adding my cabbage into the skillet. Okay, so once you have all of your cabbage in the skillet, you're going to kind of stir it around, try to incorporate it a little bit. You're going to cook this over a medium heat until that cabbage starts to wilt. Okay, so the cabbage has started to wilt a little bit. It's been about 10 minutes. I added in about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and now I'm adding in probably a little less than 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Be careful with the salt because that corned beef itself is salty. So again, I'm just going to stir it up and let that cabbage continue to cook down. You don't want to cover your cabbage when you're cooking it because you want it to be fried, not steamed. If you put that top on it, then your cabbage is going to steam, and that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for fried cabbage. Okay, here's the fried cabbage. I just took it off the burner. You can probably still hear it simmering away, but here it is, quick and easy, very flavorful. My motto is a recipe doesn't have to have a lot of ingredients in order for it to taste absolutely delicious. If you enjoyed this recipe, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd love to have you. And if you love cabbage as much as I do, make sure to check out my video for fried cabbage with bacon. And I'll make sure to link it in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.